Today we're talking about conflict traps. Conflict traps in your home are things that are going to cause the people in your home to be more prone to arguments. And you might say, well, how does that happen? A home can't make people be argumentative, right? But the fact is that your home can make people argumentative because your home can make people irritable. Anything that makes the people less tolerant of each other is going to increase the chances that there's going to be arguments in your home. In this lesson, I want to share with you the visible and the invisible hidden things in your home that would make your home prone to conflicts. So some things are obvious, or they may not have been obvious to you before, but they're going to be obvious. They're going to seem obvious once I name them. So for example, if when you come home, your door gets stuck, if it doesn't open fully to 90 degrees, at least, if every time that you're trying to come home, you feel that resistance of the junk you keep behind your door, that's going to make you irritable. If the hinges of your doors are making like a really creaky sound, like in the Addams Family, that's also going to affect you. If there are drawers that are getting stuck in your kitchen or anywhere else in the home, whenever you pull those drawers and they get stuck, you're going to feel irritation. And the more of these things you find throughout the home, the more irritation you're going to feel. And that's going to make you more prone to not tolerating others and getting into arguments with other people. So there's a lot of things in your home that can create conflict. Let me mention a few more. If you have two doors that when they open, they clash into each other, that's a conflict trap. If you have doors like cabinet doors that when they open, they hit a wall, and every time they hit that wall, there's a little bit of a dent or a stain that is created, that is a conflict trap. Anything in your home that's a potential source of danger, for example, you sit down to work with your laptop on the dining table and you plug your computer to an outlet that's in the kitchen, and then you have a cable there that people have to walk over or they have to go under, that's going to irritate them. And so anything in your home that is going to make you a little bit tiny upset every time you see it or every time you have to deal with it, that is a conflict trap. This is all very common sense, right? It's common sense that if your drawers are getting stuck, or if your cabinet doors are getting stuck, or if it's hard to open and close your windows, that's going to create irritation. The more irritation you feel in your home, the less tolerant and less forgiving you're going to be of the things other people do around you. And they're going to rub you the wrong way more and more. And so you're going to be prone to having more arguments. This is obvious, right? There's nothing mysterious here. It is very, very clear. Things that irritate you are going to make you more prone to having arguments. You and every single person who lives with you, or every person that visits you often, there's going to be more arguments. If you live by yourself, you're going to have more internal conflicts, right? So conflict expresses as arguments with others when you're interacting with other people, but it also expresses as arguments within yourself, where you don't feel at peace, where you think one thought and you immediately think the opposite thought, and you just feel stuck. You can feel like you can get nowhere. That's because your home has conflict traps. But let me tell you about the hidden conflict traps, right? Because the door getting stuck, that's obvious. That's a problem. A drawer that gets stuck, that doesn't open well because it's overstuffed, that's a problem you can easily recognize. But there's other things that are not so easy to recognize that are also conflict traps. One of those has to do with windows and the kinds of curtains or blinds that you're using. And let me tell you a little story. A friend told me that she had been invited to a luncheon at a home of a coworker, and she went and she was in shock because in their dining room, instead of having a curtain on the window, they had draped a blanket over the curtain rod. And she said in the beginning, she felt super judgmental, like, what kind of people are these? And then she told herself, well, if the purpose of having a curtain is to cover up a window, they're doing that. I shouldn't be judgmental just because I do it different, because I do it with curtains and they wanted to do it with a blanket. And it's made sense to her, right? That she was just being judgmental. But then I told her, well, no, because the function of curtains is not just to cover up the window. The function of curtains or blinds is to give you control over the window. So this means control of how much sunshine and light come in. It gives you control of how much you can see and at what times of the day you can see to the outside, and how much people from the outside can see of what's happening inside, how much of your life you want to put on display through the window. And you're also controlling the amount of sunshine, and through that, you are controlling the temperature inside. So there's so many more functions to a curtain just than covering up the window. It's also dressing the window, right? There's a function of aesthetics there. So when people don't have proper curtains or blinds, when they have the wrong ones, like mini blinds, and when they're hard to open or close, that is also a conflict trap. That can seriously affect the harmony that you have with the people you live with. Color clashes is another one. You may think, oh, I'm just going to do this really weird color combination because I like it and that's all that matters. But in Feng Shui, we work with the essences of the colors, not just what the colors look like, but what the colors represent at a very basic primal level, and how the colors affect you and how the colors work with each other. So certain color combinations are going to make you more irritable and more prone to having conflict and arguments. Another source of problems is the way that you have put up your family photos. What photos are you displaying and what photos are you not displaying? Are you using your photos in the proper size? Are you having too many arguments because there's only pictures of one side of the family and not pictures of the other side of the family? Are you and your spouse having a lot of arguments because you keep pictures of the children in your bedroom, for example? So where you place photos can also affect family harmony. And then mirrors can be another thing that affects you, because mirrors give you a reflection of the world, right? So if you have fragmented mirrors, distorted mirrors, and that in any way are not giving you a true reflection, that's going to increase the chances of conflicts. And mirrors have a greater effect in internal conflicts rather than on conflicts with other people. And then also your choice of art. Your choice of art is going to influence how you see the world. If you have scary images on your walls, that's going to make you scared. If you have happy images on your walls, that's going to make you more hopeful about life and the world. And I'm going to teach you a lot more about this. If you're fascinated about this information, you can't miss my class, The 3 Superpowers of Your Home, that I'm going to be teaching very soon, and where I'm going to reveal more of these secrets that you find so fascinating. Go to my profile or my bio and click on that link so that you can sign up for this awesome free class. So the class is completely free, but we have a limited number of seats, so to speak. And so make sure you sign up as soon as you can.